Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a review of Sufjan Stevens' latest album. It's called The Ascension, and it is pretty much the only album I've listened to of his besides Carrie and Lowell. I absolutely love Carrie and Lowell. It's really just a beautiful album if you haven't checked it out. It's very minimalistic and atmospheric. Now with The Ascension, you have more of an electronic focus, which is going to be a bit of a difference. And I'd imagine it would be similar to The Age of Odds, but like I said, I've never listened to that album. So if you enjoy the video, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like it. I really appreciate it, and it really helps out the channel. So yeah, let's just get right into it. The album opens up with Make Me an Offer, which is a really strong opening in my opinion. All of the musical elements just flow in and out of the rhythm, and Sufjan's hushed vocals just sound as haunting and as beautiful as ever, really. And the song is just really musically dense, and it's a nice contrast to when things do open up in the song. And I really just can't say enough about how well orchestrated this song is, and the entire album for that matter. I mean, every instrumental blip and every layer just really adds something, and there's really a purpose behind it. And I have to mention the end of the song, which is just really incredible and gives the impression that, the world is just falling around you, that everything's crashing down. It's an intense build up, and it's a good close. The next song, Run Away With Me, slows things down a bit, but continues with that dense atmospheric texture that Sufjan is just really proving himself on this album to master. The album is just really a masterclass for creating textures and combining different sounds to create a sonic soundscape that just really blows your mind as you're listening to it. The next song, Video Game, is a little bit more catchy. It's a really simple chord structure and vocal melody, but Sufjan's able to embellish the simple things, and I'm convinced that he could take a song that is at the core some hot garbage and really turn it into something special. I don't really care for the lyrics in this song. I think they're a little bit generic, but the music's able to elevate the song where the lyrics just don't really do it for me. At this point in the album, I was really shocked to hear something so different from Sufjan, at least different from Carrie and Lowell, because I loved that album so much, and this was such a drastic turn, but I was really surprised to hear how much I was loving the album up to this point, and how much this electronic sound was just really driving it home for me. It really just proves to me how diverse he is as an artist, to go from one end of the musical spectrum to the complete opposite end and just crush it. The next few songs continue that trend of awesome music and really provide some cool moments. Lamentations is a song with a driving beat at the core, but then you have Sufjan just laying over his soft whispered vocals, and the contrast is really effective and emotional. Tell Me You Love Me opens up with a soft lullaby-like intro, and it really reminds me of Kid A with just that chiming, playful and childlike introduction. The booming drums just create a huge space, and I would definitely recommend listening through a nice pair of headphones. And the song ends on this huge uplifting moment where Sufjan's voice is just so emotional, and it really, his vocal performance over this huge swell of instruments is just amazing, and it's a great close to the song. Die Happy is a song that tells more of a story through its music than it does through any diversity in the lyrics. He's repeating that phrase, "I want to die happy," over and over again, but in the background, the music's changing. For me, the music and the lyrics mirror life a bit. The idea that happiness is just always around the corner, and that you're always just a little bit closer to finally being happy. And the music really reflects that, as things start off pretty calm and then, start to take a bit of an anxious twist. And by the end of the song, static kind of takes over the instruments, and then, the song just cuts out, and that's it. It's a really beautiful song. And I want to mention that the songs in this album are very intentional. You can really hear that Sufjan is intentionally pulling the emotions out of you, and they're very specific emotions at very specific times, and it's a really great experience. The next song, Ativan, begins with a ton of clashing notes musically in the intro, and it just really adds to a sense of anxiety overall. When Sufjan's voice comes in, you can really hear the desperation in it, and it eventually builds up to a scream. And then you think you're going to get a sense of calm in the song, and then this driving beat kicks in around the 4-minute mark, and things just go crazy, and feeling of anxiety returns. By the end of the song, you get that sense of calm with a nice orchestral movement. But leading up to that, the song is just pure anxiety. The next song, Ursa Major, is another good one. And it's another song that really illustrates how Sufjan's able to contrast moments of terror and anxiety with moments of beauty and sometimes even combine the two, Sometimes he creates this sonic environment where things are just terrible and you really just get this anxious feeling from the music. And he sings over it and his voice is just beautiful and calm, and it really makes for a very unique listening experience. Landslide is just another beautiful composition and performance. This one's definitely one of my favorites. The song's pretty low key for a decent amount of it, and then, like so many of the other songs on this album, it builds into a sense of desperation as you reach the chorus. And I think this song is a good time to mention Sufjan's use of reverb throughout the album, because it's very tastefully used, even though there's a lot of it. Gilgamesh, it just continues the theme of the album, and just, it's another song where the beauty in his voice is just surrounded by chaos musically. And it honestly sounds like a futuristic city where all the buildings are just crashing down around, and at the center of it is just this beautiful cathedral. Death Star is pretty much a continuation of that song, and the terror really takes over in this one. It kind of sounds like the aftermath of the collapse. The next one, Goodbye to All That, continues right from Death Star, but it shines a little bit more light than the previous two songs did. Sugar is just another solid expansion on the themes that have made the album such a joy to listen to up to this point. And I believe the next song, The Ascension, probably has Sufjan's best vocal performance on the album. And that's not to mention the lyrics, which bring about an idea of kind of looking back and realizing the truth as you look back on things that you might not have realized when they were happening. And I honestly can't say much about the song America that I haven't already said about the entire album. I mean, textures and instruments that just come together to create something that's just so unique and so stunning, really. It's an awesome close to the album. It's a 12-minute song, but I think it really pulls things together nicely. The album definitely caters to itself more as an entire listening experience rather than focusing on its individual tracks. And I think that each song in this album is pretty recognizable as just a tiny part in this huge emotional package. The album is over an hour. It's an hour and 20 minutes in runtime. And I had no trouble listening to it the whole way through, which is really just a testament to how consistent it is. And, there's no dead spots in that entire runtime. I don't think I can pick out any favorite tracks, really. I love them all. And this is probably the most consistent and honest set of songs that I've heard on an album in a long time, honestly. Sufjan just has this knack for creating swirling atmospheres with his music, and it's really unmatched. The songs just pull you into his world and don't let you go. And the emotional ride that this album takes you for is uneasy at times and uplifting at times, and it's just really something else to listen to. I'm definitely going to be listening to this album for many years to come, and I can see it becoming one of my favorites as I continue to listen. So I think everything considered, with how beautiful this album is, I think I'd have to rate it about a 9 out of 10. I was really leaning towards giving it the 10, but I'm just not sure if it's a perfect album for me, and I think that has to do more with personal preference than the quality of the album itself. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like it. That really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate all you guys and all your support watching these. Definitely comment some album recommendations below, and I'll look through them and I'll pick something out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.